It's Steve and Laura time. Let's go. Come on. Laura looking best up, bud. She looking best up.
Morning, my little love basket.
Mm-hmm.
Not so loud, Steve. Who moved the sink? It used to be a lot closer.
Looks like Miss Missy Miss is getting a visit from Mr. Hangover.
Right, Steve. Right. Right.
Oh, my Lord. What are you off to, a luau?
I got him locked in my new look.
Oh, gosh.
Super dude. What do you think?
You're going to make me blow chunks.
I actually kind of like it. It looks kind of cool. Got the hat upside down. Steve, you're a little fresh right now. You look.
Laura, what's gotten into you lately?
Mm.
I don't think you've ever had a drink in your life. Last night you turned into the St. Pauli girl.
I've been sneaking out of the house, breaking my curfew. It's like lately I'm somebody I don't even know.
That, Steve is checking Laura right now. In the gentle teddy bear way that he does, but that is what he's doing. He's checking her.
I'm Laura on that baby.
Uh-huh.
A sleek 6-year-old beauty swooshing down the street on a hot pink Barbie bike.
And I just want to bring this back because this is what I mean, that Steve has seen the essence of Laura and the pureness of her, and his description of her at 6 years old riding her bike. But this is very, very, very important.
As she pedaled towards me, my heart sounded like the playing card in her spokes.
I was just hoping that maybe I'd be different.
All right, you are different. Well, I was afraid that he realized that too. Then I'd lose you.
So I always knew that he had the advantage over guys because they know they going to come in and they going to want the luscious and they going to want a GTD. But Steve's, the advantage I think he felt that he had is that God allowed him to see Laura for who she really is when they were 6 years old. And Steve has not strayed from that. And that's his advantage. And that's what he said. I was afraid that he was going to realize that too. And I was going to lose you because right now I know I'm the only one that sees you in that way. This is beautiful. And the same stuff that Steve was talking to her then, they're just 15. He's talking the same thing to her now. Then he's saying, Laura, you are different. And here he's basically saying the same thing. Laura, you are different.
I'm there too. I guess we're just trying to find ourselves.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Laura, if you ever need anybody to talk to, a pair of broad shoulders to lay your burdens on, I'm always available.
Oh.
Thank you, Steve.
And I'm also available if you'd like to pick up where we left off last night.
I like how Steve said that. Do you see his maturity? You see how nice and calm and peaceful he said that? Let's remember, this is Laura, like the love of his life and everything. They just shared a very sweet, beautiful moment. And just see how calm he was about that. Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Don't you remember? Last night after the party, when you planted that big wet one on me?
Steve, I was drunk last night. But I didn't plant anything big or wet anywhere near you.
Lord, you not only near him, your aim was perfection. Okay, yeah.
Oh, yes, you did. Why, you laid a kiss on me that stings my nostril hairs.
Yeah, it really did. It really did.
The kind of kiss that changes things forever between you and me.
See, Steve's telling her the truth. Steve is telling Laura that you can't go back from that. You either gonna have to go forward or y'all just gonna have to go your separate ways because things will not go as normal. And he's being. I love that he's being honest and open with her.
Steve.
Oh, now come on, Laura. You're honestly saying you don't remember that kiss?
Sorry, babes.
Things aren't any different between you and me?
He sounds so pathetic. Oh gosh.
Steve, trust me. Things are exactly the same between us.
That kiss was the greatest moment of my life. And Laura doesn't even remember it.
Steve, I gotta lecture you again, buddy. I gotta lecture you again. Just in case you didn't know, Laura's not gonna kiss you like that if there's not something behind it. Like, you just described the kiss, okay? And so Steve doesn't realize, it really reminds me of that, what is it, that Fred Hammond song, that all things are working for my good, even those things that I can't see, and it's not that they're not happening. See, that we got to peep game on that. It says, all things are working, even those things I can't see. It just because you see them doesn't mean, because you can't see them doesn't mean they're not working. Steve does not see them, but they're working. Like, Steve did not see that was an expression of love from Laura. She initiated that whole thing, and so again, Steve is in this place of, she doesn't remember it. I'm like, hello, Steve. It doesn't matter. You don't need to remember to feel. You don't. Just like when you go back to the woo, woo, woo. I'm sorry, y'all. Can you woo, woo, woo? But when you go back to the woo, woo juice, the same thing, or the woo, woo potion, whatever it is. I said the same thing. Laura may think it's a dream. It was all a dream. But that feeling is going to stay with her. So even if Laura doesn't remember, she's going to remember how she felt, Steve. Trust and believe. All things are working for you. They're working, Steve. Mm-hmm.
Can I borrow your black shirt Friday night? The one with the pearl buttons.
Laura is in it. I'm trying to look. Once again, you're seeing this girl's laser focus. She can block out whatever she needs to block out to focus on what she wants to focus on. Laser focus.
Did I tell you that Will Smith asked me to marry him?
Look at her. Look at her.
Hey.
On my mind for the last couple of days.
Let's pay attention to that. She said last couple of days. Last couple. Okay. Come on, Laura.
That patch of small hair on your chin.
Oh. Yeah.
It's just that ever since Steve started improving himself, I find myself sort of.
Mm-hmm. I can answer for you. Giving him the luscious. Mm-hmm.
Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Well, attracted to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
This explains it. Can cause brain damage.
Maxine. It's not the time. This is not the time. Okay. Come on now.
I'm serious.
Mm-hmm.
Remember last night when Steve said I kissed him, but I told him I didn't remember because I was too drunk?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't that drunk.
What you talking about, Laura? So, Laura, do you remember the time? Yeah, Laura, we know you remember, girl. You ain't gonna forget that now. Come on.
You remember the kiss?
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
And you liked it?
Oh, yeah.
You actually like Steve Urkel?
Mm-hmm.
I'm starting to.
Mm-hmm. I told you, Laura's want to be starting something. Got to be starting something. Max, fix your face, though, Max. Max is... Oh, yeah. And just so here again, this is so crazy, right? I'm just commenting on it. I'm not even writing it. Props to the writers and Kelly and Jaleel for the delivery. Okay. What is Laura talking about here, and what was Steve just talking about? That kiss was one of the greatest moments of my life. What is Laura talking about? Girl. And what about, I'm just going to keep pointing that out. Steve and Laura have kissed before, right? It's because their chemistry is it's growing, and, it's fireworks when they kiss because of the chemistry, because of their bond and the connection that they already have. So Steve and Laura are experiencing something together that Steve, greatest moment of my life, as in he's never experienced anything like it. And Laura in her Lauraism way is saying the same thing. It sees Laura in her purest form, and in that purest place, that's where he fell in love with her. That's where God dropped that love seed into Steve and been like, go after that boy. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what Steve, sees, and that's always kind of been his advantage, if you will. Remember, I would say, like, Steve has a way, and look what has changed, right? You saw them at 15 years old having these deep kind of conversations. What are they doing now? They're the same thing, and it's because Steve knows, God allowed Steve to see that from when Laura was very young, who she really is. Yes, she is this beautiful girl. Yeah, you gonna want the luscious and stuff like that. But I'm gonna show you this, and I want you to bring this out in her. She's gonna fight against it. You're gonna go through fire. It's going to be hard, but that's what you are there to do. And so Steve is there to bring these things out and to cultivate her. And what you see out of Stefan is pushing those things down. So Stefan is really working against Steve right now. You know what I'm saying? And working against the destiny that God has called Steve to. Realize how comfortable she is, with Steve, and the acceptance that, he brings her. And like I said, the reason why that is because Steve knows the essence of Lord. Steve got a highlight reel when they were 6 years old. And you may say, well, Steve is a comfort. That's what you said, Myra. Myra's a comfort. Understand the difference. Okay. Steve is a comfort as in security, as in acceptance, as in Lord can be her complete self. She doesn't have to try to be anything. She can be her complete self around Steve. Myra is comfort for Steve to take the blows for Lord being with other guys. Those are two different levels of comfort. This comfort is like you hear, until this over here is popping off. And the comfort that Steve brings to Laura is like marital stuff. Stuff you don't get. Like I said, God intended for you to get stuff in marriage and you can't get anywhere else. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Love God, love people. May God bless you. May God keep you. Guys, the promise, it's happening. It's in motion. It's in motion.